Next up, at UFC 313, we have Alex the White Morono taking on Carlos Leal. Alex Morono, 24-11 in his
called
career.
The Great White, not the White.
I know. We joke. You and I joke.
No, I say the Great White. I don't just call him the White. Like, what the fuck? Are you sure you want to leave that in? Is this live?
The Great White. He's 2-3 in his last 5. He is riding back-to-back losses, though. He's taking on Carlos Leal, 21-6 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5, coming off what seemed like a robbery in his UFC debut. We know Alex Morono by now, and I'm going to sit here and be 100% honest when I tell you that Alex Morono is a very good fighter. Alex Morono has all the skills to be successful in MMA.
What's with the bangs?
He's in a good. That is like a straight across.
Yeah, it's like just so aggressive. Like what?
Yeah. That should be Caesared, not combed straight down like that. Anyway, Alex Morono genuinely is a good fighter and has all the tools to do well. He has phenomenal jiu-jitsu, like underrated, incredible jiu-jitsu. He's got okay striking. He has a willingness to bang it out, and he's pretty tough. The problem with Alex Morono is sometimes he'll just hang out and not use any of the skills, do nothing that he trained in camp, and he'll just be there going nuts, throwing like crazy, engaging in a fight he shouldn't be engaging in, when he almost always is the much better grappler. He is coming off of that close loss to Daniel Rodriguez where his counter-striking looked really good early. The problem was Daniel Rodriguez made the reads, figured out the timing, and Alex didn't adjust after that. He's taking on Carlos Leal. Carlos Leal is only one fight into his UFC career, but you can see by his record, he's a veteran of this sport, fought all over the world. His style is dangerous Muay Thai striker. He's not afraid to engage. He's got forward pressure. He's got a big open stance. That does leave him open for leg kicks, but he's durable enough to hang out. He's got good grappling as well, but it's definitely a backup plan. We did see the takedown defense in his last fight. It was the robbery with Renat.
He got chicken pox.
He's got chicken roids, where he defended 17 takedowns. And listen, I had Renat in the safety parlay that week, and the safety parlay hit because of this robbery. So I'm not mad at it. Thank you for your service, Carlos Leal. I know that we're all high on Leal right now. I get it. We saw him get robbed in his last fight. He definitely won that fight. Like, I'm not clueless. Like, I made money off it and I'm fine. He definitely won that fight. But I will say, this is not the first time we've seen a UFC debut get robbed, and then the hype train was a little over-exaggerated. The example I'm going to use is Basel Hafez. He came in, had a really good fight against JDM on short notice. A really good fight. Was ragdolling him, took a round. He looked good on short notice. Then everybody was like, oh, Basel Hafez is good. Basel Hafez is good. He came out, fought to the edge of death with Mickey Gall, and then got knocked out by Oban Elliott. So the reality is, I do think Carlos Leal wins this fight, but not because he's some beast killer. Look what he did against Renat. Renat is a chinny, one-dimensional wrestler. This is more about Alex will probably just stand there and swing it out like crazy with a guy that hits real hard. Carlos is going to be the pick, but minus 775 is getting outrageous.
Just so you guys know, Angelo is the only person I've ever met that had adult chickenpox. And it was it was bad, it was ugly, and we were all praying for him, but it was...
Adult chickenpox is called shingles, because you don't get chickenpox anymore. And I haven't had shingles.
Yeah, that's two different things, fucking idiot.
You get
shingles because the chickenpox virus is already inside. You can get adult chickenpox, literally.
Chickenpox has been eradicated. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's been gone for 30 years.
You've been an adult for 40 years, dumb shit.
Yeah, I bet. Who do you think wins this fight?
Change the subject, hurry. Hurry, change the subject, my feelings. My feelings are getting hurt. Change the subject. Listen, excuse me. I'm trying to do a fucking breakdown. Interruptions. Listen, Carlos Leal, if Renat doesn't have that wrestling that Angelo mentioned in that fight, he's going to get fucking knocked out and finished in that fight. Thank God when he was getting clipped and landing those shots, he was able to grab Leal and hug him in certain situations. Alex Morono is not going to do that. He is a guy that is a fucking 95 95th degree black belt, very high level black belt, but he doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to go in there, like he said, I just want to stand and bang like the good Lord intended. And I love Alex Morono for that aspect. He's a guy that could make it boring, and he doesn't want to make it boring. He could be a jiu-jitsu nerd and do this and try to do whatever. And if it happens to go to the ground, you've seen in certain instances he can be live. Great guillotine, can throw up the triangle, armbar very fast. So he's very high level down there. Doesn't want to make it boring. He likes to stand and bang. Against Leal, probably not a good idea, right? Because if he does get hurt, whatever, he's not going to go to the wrestling. He's going to try to bite down to get that shot. And I think Leal kind of moves forward. Both these guys kind of do the same thing. Drop their hands a little bit, big hooks. I think Leal's got the power advantage, and eventually he's going to find Morono. So I like Leal here. If Morono's able to do, what I always say about Alex Morono, the second he starts spinning, it's not going well. And I guarantee that he throws a spinning back fist within those first 2 minutes from the pressure of Leal. And after that, it is going to be downhill. So I'm Leal here. But I like Morono. He's a fun dude. He is one. I mean, he literally could be one of the biggest and have crazy success with the high-level jiu-jitsu he has. Just doesn't do it because he thinks it's boring. It's boring to watch. So you got to respect him for that.
100. You need people like him on the roster. It's just tough when you're betting and going that route because of the fact that he doesn't use his skill sets. We do have a premium member. I don't think it's him. We do have a premium member whose name is Alex Morono, spelled the same way and everything.
The great white.
We'll
be having white cake in the parlor.
$6,600 in DraftKings Fantasy to $9,600. Here's the reality. I understand Carlos Leal could finish Alex Morono. He's been finished on his feet before. It's not like it's never happened. Ponzinibbio did it. But we have a guy who is winless in the UFC, coming off a UFC debut where he couldn't knock out a dude who's been chinned, not fully knocked out, but been dropped a couple of times, as an 8-1 favorite over an established UFC veteran with wild DraftKings fantasy pricing. I get it. If you do think Leal wins by finish, then yeah, spend the $9,600. I actually think this is going to go a little longer. I don't think Leal's going to look as good here as he did against Renat, and that's because Renat is so one-dimensional. So Carlos could just let his hands go like crazy. I don't think that's what we're going to get here. Alex can also strike, and he's unorthodox, which is going to throw you off. I think we end up with a fight that goes a little bit longer. We'll see what happens. We have multiple prop bets. We have multiple prop bets on the board for this fight for premium members. There are 3 people giving you bets on premium membership, and I think 2 out of the 3, or actually all freaking 3, have prop bets on this fight. Check them out now.
Are you scared to say the F word?
What?
Just a simple question.
Which F word?
The one you just didn't say.
What was the context?
Freaking. Oh, you're freaking. Oh, yeah, freaking. You're freaking.
WeWantPicks.com. Just click become a member. You'll unlock every freaking bet that we have on the board, as well as the tools, the picks, the artificial intelligence, and everything else.
I want to hear you say that, but hit the F word hard and see how it changes the tone of it. And I bet somebody signs up just because they just feel there's more passion.
You want to see it?
Hit it hard.
Go watch the vlog from UFC 310 or 11 when I was sitting in the car watching that French nerd Kevin Gisette do nothing. That is the hardest punched F word I have ever said, and it is documented in that video.
I'm glad it was on camera.
It was pure anger.
And mine was right to somebody's face. Somebody that's he was a lot bigger than me, and I didn't give a fuck. Fuck you.
And I wasn't even there, which means that you were ready to go. It's not like you had your big friend.
I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're ready to go. It's
literally the best thing that could have ever happened to my life is if I literally would have gotten a little tussle there and thrown out of the apex. It would have been incredible. Cody had just won. It wouldn't have really mattered. It would have been, who gives a fuck? Kind of
you've been like 6. I was gonna say you've been like 6 times. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the Kevin Gisette rant was legendary. That's raw. That's what it's like when I watch. I mean, yeah, everybody watch that. Go watch it. I mean, the vlogs you can go binge watch. Yeah, as soon as this camera's off, you fucking.
Every time Lock of the Week loses, it's like fucking.
There we go. We do have this from Superman Brand going nuts. I want to see the wife. Oh, let me see the wife. Go watch a vlog. She's in vlogs. Don't be fucking weird.